So it really sort of opened up some new thoughts about how we define what we do. Because I guess, in a way, we are activists. On the back of the page that has the pictures is our mission. And, you know, the first paragraph of our mission is, we believe in the transformational power of theater. And I personally believe that and always have. And Pandora works in service to that mission. And we see that happening all the time, you know, when we do productions. The second picture on this is a picture of our production of Bent, which deals with the persecution of homosexuals during the Holocaust. And that's a really powerful play and educational for so many people who didn't really know that homosexuals were persecuted in the Holocaust. We do a lot of published plays, which Bent is one, but we also create original work. We did, 2 years ago, we worked with Donald Taylor, who I think you all just met earlier today, Brian Buford, who runs the Gay and Lesbian Student Organization at the University of Louisville, to interview students and get their stories about how they grew up and the things that happened to them, and whether or not their parents were accepting or not. And we put all of those stories in play form and presented that with a talkback session afterwards, where the audience could ask us questions about either the creation of the play or about the specific stories. I do a lot of theater, and I've gone to a lot of talkback sessions, and sometimes 6 to 10, maybe a dozen people will stay afterwards. But in that case, about 50% of the audience, and sometimes more, stayed for that talkback, which is really kind of rare. About 50% stayed. You know, I don't, you talked a little bit about the political things that you all are doing. You know, here in the States, when we're a nonprofit theater company, which means that we don't pay tax, we don't, you know, and we're eligible to get money from the government, and donations made to us by individuals is tax deductible for them. And there are certain rules that come with that, and not being political is one of them. You know, we can't be overtly political. We can't take sides in politics. But the stories that we tell obviously have a political nature to them. So you sort of can't get away from that. I'd probably be a lot more political if we could. Yeah. Outside of the theater realm, anyway. I'm interested to know, I think, if there are ways that you feel like you can incorporate theater, storytelling, play production, play creation in what you do. You know, theater has a great way of getting a message across that just a conversation doesn't always do. So that interests me, you know, in the way that we create plays.
Yeah, we have okay, going to start. Perdón. Hay una, insisto, tenemos una, bueno, ya falleció una escritora de teatro, una dramaturga de teatro que montaba obras gays, los chicos de la banda, y que hacía cosas teatrales. Varios dramaturgos han hecho obras de teatro con tema central gay, homosexual. Hay una compañía muy importante de danza que se llama La Zebra. La Zebra es La Zebra Danza Gay. En la Ciudad de México tenemos un centro cultural de la diversidad sexual, en donde se interpretan obras de teatro, la mayoría con temática gay. Y hace algunos años tuvimos un festival de cine y teatro gay. Finalmente se terminó. El festival de cine continúa, pero el festival de cine y teatro no tuvo mucho éxito. Lo que quiero decir es, sin embargo, veo la calidad del teatro y el tipo de escenario que ustedes tienen. Eso no lo tenemos en la Ciudad de México. Tenemos un teatro muy pequeño, muy independiente, que hace un gran esfuerzo, pero esto me parece que es enorme, es huge, ¿no? Entonces, vaya, se me hace interesante.
Sí, bueno, por supuesto que sí sirve de mucho incorporar el teatro al activismo. En el caso de Guadalajara, que es donde yo vivo, es una ciudad que pertenece al estado de Jalisco, un estado muy conservador, en donde se está dando mucha homofobia y se están presentando varios crímenes de odio por homofobia. Y también el tema del VIH que está muy fuerte. Acabamos de participar en revisar el guión de una obra de teatro que se llama El Arca de Noelia, una obra de teatro que empezó en un país de Sudamérica, creo que Venezuela, donde la prohibieron por el tipo de términos que utilizaban en el guión, porque ahí se habla de homofobia, es la vida de una relación de un chavo gay que decide tener como pareja a una persona viviendo con VIH y de cómo la mamá rechaza al hijo y al final prefiere que su hijo acepta que su hijo tenga VIH pero no que sea gay. Entonces esa obra está sirviendo mucho porque es una nueva forma de informar y de educar sobre todo a las personas heterosexuales que tienen hijos gays o lesbianas que no los aceptan. Sensibiliza mucho, te deja mucha información en una hora, y esta parte de utilizar el arte o el teatro para educar a veces tiene mucho más resultados a corto plazo que el impartir un taller cuando solamente es teórico o si acaso algunos tipos de juegos participativos.
Okay, well, the person he was talking about, the lesbian that had this theater company and was a writer, she was the first one to come out in TV in Mexico, so she was very important for the LGBT movement in Mexico.
Nancy Cárdenas.
Nancy Cárdenas. Thank you. I was like, what's her name? Okay, so she was the first one to come out. So I think that most of her got she got from theater. Well, I have been in various kind of groups, and we usually use role playing and like little theater plays, like to explore other self issues, to try to overcome the frightening situation of coming out of the closet, of talking to the parents, talking at work, things like that. So we use some plays, at least with the lesbian community. It works very much and very good.
I just wanted to tell about when we in Tijuana, in the north of Mexico, we have some startup indie theater companies, and they do like a lot of work in LGBT issues, some of them, and I think like lately it's been growing up, like this movement, and it's interesting how they try to cross or to link like the arts and activism and politics, and some of them do it pretty well.
Do you think that because of its proximity to the United States that made
Yeah,
a
maybe
difference?
because the UCSD, the University of California in San Diego, has like a lot of projects bilateral, international, and we had like that influence coming all over to Tijuana. But also it's because I think like in Mexico, it's a very productive in arts and politics. So we are like in the middle of the rest of our country and the US. So it's a really interesting place to be in and practice all these kind of things. Yeah.